Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Melissa. If you're new here, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I speak about different topics in my channel. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit that bell so you can be notified every time I upload. Today I have 3 missing children cases, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on these cases. So the first case we're going to be talking about is Sharon Lynn Pretorius. I'm sorry if I said her last name wrong. She went missing at age 13. Her height and weight is 5'7", 135 pounds. Long sleeve yellow flower sweater, blue jeans, and white sneakers. Dark blue 1965 Ford sedan. It's a vehicle that is associated with her case. Caucasian female, brown hair, blue eyes. Sharon did not wear makeup in 1973, and she's frequently wore her hair in braids or pigtails. If y'all go look at this case, they are so beautiful. Because if I could, I would do that. My whole It's just ponytails, pigtails, easy to go. Don't have to do anything. Sharon was last seen on September 28th of 1973 when she left her home in Denton View neighborhood of Denton, Ohio. She had attended her classes at Fairview High School where she was a freshman. After school, she went home at a piano lesson, left to collect money in the neighborhood for her Denton Journal Herald newspaper route. She never visited any of the customers along her route that day and has never been heard from again. Producers at the time prohibit Sharon's family from reporting her as a missing child until 24 hours has passed. And this is what pisses me off about these cases. When you come across these cases where like the detective's like, oh no, you have to wait 48 hours or 24 hours. So much can happen in 24 hours. That when you decide to start looking for any missing person in general, you just lost so much. Investigators believe she did not run away and was properly abducted and murdered. A witness saw a girl matching Sharon's description, struggling with a man in near a car at the corner of Corner and Philly Drive at 4:30 p.m. and on the day she disappeared. The car was a dark blue 65 Ford sedan, and the man is described as Caucasian, between the 30th and 40 years old, with a medium complexion and a full beard. He was wearing blue jeans, a dirty white t-shirt, a dirty waist-length brown jacket, and a hat with a teen brown trim. The man has never been identified, and the girl was not confirmed to be Sharon. Sharon's family describes her as an intelligent, responsible, and studious teenager who always dressed modestly. She played in the school band and was an active member of Messiah Lutheran Church, and a straight-A student who had skipped the 8th grade at Cortland High School prior to her disappearance. She lived with her mother and 5 siblings in the 300 block of Cornell Drive. Her father was deceased. Authorities followed up many leads in her case over the years, but her disappearance remained a mystery. Her family held a memorial service for her in 2006. This is case, I feel like if they would have not waited that long to start searching for her, they would have found more information. They would have found other people that may have seen her. They would have found. If they put it on the news early, it would have been much better if they did it the way they were supposed to do it instead of waiting 24 hours. I just think it's ridiculous, but who am I to say? The next person, I'm looking at my notes, guys, because I want to do the kids and have them in order. The other one we're going to be talking about is Janelle Daniel Johnson. She went missing at age 15. Her height and weight is 5'2", 120 pounds. A short black skate jacket with a fur trim hood. She was 5 months pregnant at the time of her disappearance and may be in need of medical attention. African American female, brown hair, brown eyes. Janelle Harris was in braids at the time of her disappearance, and her ears are pierced. Her nickname are J and Puff. She has a scar on her chin, under her lips, and a scar on her legs. She needs eyeglasses or contact lenses, but wasn't wearing either at the time. Her disappearance, Janteyl's first name is pronounced Janteyl, but I'm just gonna call her Jay because that's one of her nicknames. So Jay disappeared from Newark, Delaware on February the 13th of 2010. She left school earlier that day because she didn't feel well. She apparently did arrive at her family's home at Autumn Park Apartments in the block of Windhaven Drive, but when her brother came to pick her up, she was gone. Her mother reported her missing at 10 p.m. The apartment door was unlocked and there was no indication of forced entry or struggle. Nothing went missing, not even Jay's eyeglasses, purse, or winter clothes. Her family believes she left the apartment voluntarily, intending to be back soon, but something prevented her from returning. The last call Jay's cell phone was from the father of her unborn child, a 26-year-old man who had been impublicly named in her phone, last been near the man's mother's house. The individual has been interviewed by police and hasn't been named as a suspect in her case. Her family state that they had accepted Jane's pregnancy and were supportive of her decision to keep the baby, and they don't believe she ran away from home. She had run away from home one time before, but had returned home very quickly. She may still be in the local area, or she may be in Wellington, Delaware, Philly, Pennsylvania, Maryland, or New York. She may be in a company of an adult male. Her case remains unsolved. These cases really, this one is just really hard because like you're 15, you know, you're a child yourself, and that you're about to have a child. It's really hard, but I'm so happy to know that her family were supporting her and we're going to help her out, because not a lot of girls get lucky at that age. Not a lot of girls have that type of family that are going to support you, and she was still going to school. Just imagine going to school, being pregnant, and having to, it's just probably a lot. And she, you know, she's from just reading her case and everything, she seems like a really responsible person. I'm not even going to say anything about the dad, so I'm just going to keep that to myself. So the last case we're going to be talking about is Desiree Lynette Lopez. She went missing at 17 years old. Her weight is height and weight is 5'1", 130 pounds. Hispanic female, light brown hair, brown eyes. Desiree ears are pierced. Desiree was last seen in her hometown of Helen Gardens, Florida on August 15th of 1996. She told her family she planned to move to Las Vegas, Nevada with Miguel Angel Perry. Perry was 46 years old in 1996. A photo of him is posted with this case summary. Desiree stated they were only friends and did not have a romantic relationship. She said she planned to stay in Las Vegas only a short time before moving to California. Desiree's family did not want her to go, but she left with Pierre anyway in August of 1996. She told her loved ones she would call them as soon as she arrived in Las Vegas. She never called and has never been heard from again. Pierre has not been located either. Although Desiree is classified as a runaway, she is considered to be in danger due to the consequences surrounding her disappearance. Her case remains unsolved. This breaks my heart. This one breaks my heart because kids, listen to your parents. Okay, let me just tell you that. Listen to your parents. And why? And my thing is, why is this creepy looking ass, ugly ass, whatever the hell his name is, whatever. What are you doing with the 17-year-old, sir? What are you doing with the 17-year-old? And I'm not going to blame the parents, because the parents, they told her not to go. But she did it. She was going to do it regardless of what they say. If they were going to say no or yes, she was going to do it. We're not blaming the parents. We're blaming this piece of junk over here of a human. What are you doing with the 17-year-old, sir? And I feel like he must have basically do whatever all the thing that pieces of human beings do to children. He made her probably believe that she's gonna have a better life in Vegas, that that we're gonna make money. Whatever the case may be, he told her and she believed him. And I do feel like she's probably alive. I really do. That I feel like she's alive. I feel like he sold her to sex trafficking. She's probably doing sex trafficking, and he sold her. He sold her to a sex trafficker, and I do think she's alive. Who knows what they've done to her? You don't know, God forbid, but she's probably in drugs and she just doesn't remember her life, and that is very sad. But I do believe that she is alive, and I believe that he sold her for money, and he's probably somewhere out the country and the other side of the country living his life and doing the same thing to other women. But I do feel like he is alive. If he's not out the country, he is somewhere in Vegas. When it comes to sex trafficking, it's so easy for these people to hide these girls. They will change their colors of their hair. They will change their eye colors. They will change their names. They will do everything they have to do for them to look totally different. So it's really hard for detectives and family members to even search, because their loved ones look so different, because they have the money to do it. You know what I mean? And trust me, they're not going to go to a regular doctor. They're going to go to a doctor that gets paid good money and is going to keep his mouth shut, not to say anything. But I do feel like with this one, this is the one that I usually never feel. Those are some. I do have a few cases that I feel like the person is alive, but this one right here, I feel like it is. I feel like she is alive, and I feel like this human garbage sold her for money for who knows what reason, and she's somewhere and she just doesn't remember her life. She doesn't remember anything, and like I said, even if the detectives go search for her, or even her own family member go search for her, it's gonna be really hard, because they will change the girl. They will change the girl, and the only way that we're ever gonna find out, or the family's ever gonna find out where she is if someone comes out and say something, or she comes out and say, and and she runs away and does it safely. That is the only way. Other than that, there's no other way that the family or the detectives will be able to realize that that's her, unless they do a DNA test. But it sucks to me that there's so many girls in this country that are going through this, that they're sold to the sex trafficking. And once these comebacks, nasty as humans, once they get these girls, like I said, they will change everything from the girl. They will do surgery to the girl so they could look different. They will change their hair color. They will do anything. And these girls, I don't even want to imagine, but from what I heard from stories of that, these girls they go through the worst of the worst every single day. They are always on drugs. They have sex with men. And it's just... it just breaks my heart, because it's just disgusting. It is just disgusting. I will be leaving numbers from all these cases that I just talked about. If you know something, please go ahead and call these numbers that I will be leaving. You don't have to say who you are, just say what you know. And let's help these families get the answers that they deserve, because this has to stop. I think some of these families have come to the conclusion that their kids are not gonna ever come back, but they just want closure and they just want to put their kids to rest. But with this one that I just spoke to, I think she is alive. So if you know her or if you've seen her, please call this number. You don't have to tell them who you are, nothing. Just say what you know, and then the detectives will take it from there. And even if they did change the way she looks now, we have DNA. They can do DNA on her and figure out if she is not. And if she is alive, which like I said, I do believe that she's alive. Once she gets back to her family, she's going to need therapy, because who knows the life she lived with these pieces of junks. But yeah, guys, that is it for today. I will see y'all soon with another case. I hope y'all have a wonderful Sunday. Y'all be good out there. Be grateful. And you know what? Love yourself and love people that you love.